Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the University of Leicester MBA webinar. My name is Helen Sparopoulos, and I'm the Admissions Manager at Stafford Associates. And joining me this evening, all the way from the university, is Dr. Olga. Good evening to you, Dr. Olga.
Good evening, Helen. Good evening, everyone. I'm very happy to be here.
Okay, good evening to everyone that has joined us. I'm just going to quickly introduce Stafford Associates and what we do, and I'm going to then hand you over to Dr. Olga, who's actually going to go through the entire program. And right at the end of the presentation, you are very welcome to type in your questions on the left-hand side. We will look at these questions, and a lot of them are very, very similar, so we'll try and group them all together, and then Dr. Olga can actually answer all your questions. Okay, so let's get started. Who is Stafford Associates? Stafford Associates was the very first resource center provider for distance learning education in the Middle East, and we were established in 1993. We are currently the resource center for 5 UK universities, one of which is the University of Leicester. We do offer a variety of programs, starting from certificates to diplomas, right through to bachelor's, the masters, as well as doctorates. And our main function here in the Middle East is to assist you, the student, in getting the right program that suits your professional and personal needs, and assisting the application process, as well as giving you some administrative support. Yes, I'm now going to hand you over to Dr. Olga, and I shall return at the end of the presentation. Over to you, Dr. Olga.
Great. Hello and welcome to the University of Leicester MBA program. Just a brief introduction to the university first. The University of Leicester is located in the city of Leicester in the very heart of England, the area known as Midlands. Although in the heart of England, it's actually quite close to the south, to London. It's just an hour away from London by train. Leicester is a very large and multicultural city with very large and vibrant communities from India, Pakistan, Caribbean. Leicester as a city has made world news twice in the recent years, first in 2012 with the discovery of the remains of the King Richard III, and then with the spectacular win of the Leicester City Football Club, known as Foxes, in 2015-2016 Premier League. The University of Leicester was founded in 1921 and awarded the Royal Charter in 1957. It is one of the top universities worldwide in different rankings and has a very strong international reputation for excellence in both teaching and research. Now, our MBA program is also renowned worldwide, as we have now over 12,000 graduates working in over 150 countries. We have over 25 years of experience of offering the distance learning MBA. We were the pioneers in that market, and we have accumulated a wealth of knowledge and experience, so we know exactly what works well for students and how to help you achieve the results. Our multinational faculty and the global cohort of students provide you with cultural knowledge from all over the world. And our current student body includes students from 103 countries, and in each cohort we have over 30 nations represented. The Leicester MBA has been designed specifically to provide you with the flexibility to fit your studies around your professional and personal commitment. So we give you the structure that keeps you on track and supports you to successfully progress through your studies. When you're looking for an MBA program, what do you look for? Well, you look first and foremost for the indicators of quality. And the Leicester MBA has just that, because the Leicester MBA is AMBA accredited. Association of MBAs, or AMBA for short, and its accreditation is internationally recognized as the hallmark of quality for MBA programs. The University of Leicester School of Business is also a member of the Chartered Association of Business Schools, and we're also seeking further accreditations by EQUIS and AACSB, that is the American Association for the Collegiate Schools of Business. When we talk about the Leicester MBA program, we say one program, two qualifications. What does this mean? It means that when you graduate, you will be awarded not only an MBA degree, but also a diploma in strategic management and leadership from the Chartered Management Institute. And you gain this diploma automatically as you complete your MBA program requirements. When we talk about the Leicester MBA, we also say one program, two qualifications, three specialisms. This means that you can opt to pursue a generalist MBA program, or you can choose to specialize in one of the three functional areas: finance, marketing, or human resource management. Well, let's now look at the course structure. The Leicester MBA is designed to be completed in 30 months, that is 2.5 years. There are 3 core modules, an option module, and the final organizational research and consultancy methods and the MBA project module. Each module is 6 months in duration. The first module, called Managing and Developing People and Organizations, starts with a 3-week induction program to your studies. And the rest of the module is dedicated to people management and combines the knowledge of organizational behavior and HRM. The second module, called Managing Value Creation Processes from Idea to Market, is just that. It combines the areas of entrepreneurship and innovation, marketing and operations to present the whole process of development of a product or a service from inception to execution. The third core module, called Managing Finance and Strategic Decision Making, covers all areas relevant to strategy making, from economics, accounting and finance, to strategy and business ethics. After these 3 core modules, you are invited to take an option in one of the 3 functional areas. So you can choose marketing, finance, or human resource management. These 3 areas are the most popular areas of management specialization, and these are the areas in which our School of Business has particular research strengths. Your final module, Organizational Research and Consultancy Methods and the MBA Project, will start with preparing you to undertake your project by introducing you to management research and consultancy methods. And then you will do your independent project, which could be either an in-company project focusing on a particular problem or issue and dedicated to developing recommendations for improvement, or it could be a business analysis of an entrepreneurial opportunity, or it could be a traditional dissertation. Alongside these modules, you will be working on your learning and professional development portfolio. And in this portfolio, you will be collecting the evidence of your knowledge and skill development throughout the course. And this evidence, you wouldn't need to do anything extra. It will come from the exercises that you undertake in your regular modules. This will allow you to develop your skills, reflect on your development, but you also will be able to show this portfolio to external parties For example, if you're making a case for your promotion in your current place of employment, you can show what you have achieved, what you can do. Or if you're looking for evidence to support your application for a new job, again, you will have the documentary evidence that will support your claim. Right. How the course is delivered. There's a combination of online delivery and in-person delivery. So online, we have online lectures that are recorded that you can watch at the time that's convenient for you. We also have online seminars, which are live and conducted online in small groups led by study group leaders. We also have online discussions in discussion forums. Some of these discussions are focusing on the lectures, and that's your opportunity to ask any questions regarding the lecture material from your lecturer. Or the lecturer would also be posting the questions or interesting news items or other points for discussion. And some of these forums are linked to the seminars and provide an opportunity to prepare the seminar and also to get the feedback after the seminar. We also have the online module, which is basically online readings with activities through which you can work in a self-guided manner. All our readings are also online, so anything that you will be required to read for this module, for this program, is online and available for download. Any textbook chapters or any articles, it's all available at your fingertips. And of course, I've already mentioned the Learning and Professional Development Portfolio, which is also done online. And then in person, you have residential workshops, which are weekend-long events which help you to apply your knowledge and skills in a setting that we try to bring as close to the real-life business management setting as possible through varied case studies, exercises, and business simulations. And there is a week-long Leicester masterclass which focuses on some of the issues related to management, such as project management, entrepreneurship, and leadership, and managing in the digital world, which are not covered otherwise in the core modules, but which are evolving and developing areas. And of course, Leicester Masterclass also provides ample opportunities for social networking and very vibrant program of various events from different guest speakers, presentations, to gala dinner, and various quiz nights, dance nights, and so on and so forth. Now, to comment a little bit on the in-person or face-to-face provision and the requirements. I've mentioned the residential workshops. You will have 4 residential workshops throughout the course of your study. Yes, there is a residential workshop associated, one each, with the first 3 core modules. There is no residential workshop for your option, and there is one for the final module, which is Organizational Research and Consultancy Methods and MBA Project. So, as I said, each of these residential workshops is just a 2-day weekend long event, and by weekend, we mean weekend where you are. So in the Middle East, it will be Friday, Saturday, and elsewhere it will be Saturday and Sunday. Leicester Masterclass, which I've just briefly described, is something that is you need to attend only, or you can attend only once throughout the course of your studies. Residential workshops are held in our global centers, Leicester, RAC, and in East Africa and West Africa. Leicester Masterclass is conducted in, well, as the name suggests, at the University of Leicester campus. Now, to give you the flexibility, but also to ensure that you fulfill the requirements for real-time interaction, we offer you two options. All of you need to attend at least one residential workshop and the live online seminars. And then you can choose to attend either two more residential workshops or the Leicester Masterclass. So that provides you with flexibility of what you can and want to do, what you are able to do face-to-face and online. If you don't attend the workshop in residence, you will have to do an online version of this workshop. And if you don't attend the Leicester Masterclass, there is also will be online activities. But of course, not social events. We can't replicate those in the virtual environment. Now, I have a feeling that I missed one of the slides. I'm so sorry. No, we're all right. So now on to the very important part, which is the personal help and support. Yes, there is a plenty of materials online and that you can learn independently by yourself, your readings, activities, exercises that following the structure you can do in a self-guided study fashion. But what is important, what differentiates us from other similar online or distance learning programs is the strength of the personal help and support. So, in every module you have module leaders because every module is taught due to the variety of subject areas that each module covers by a group of School of Business staff members. And you also have, for seminars, study group leaders who get to know you intimately through your work in the seminars, through the seminar discussions, and through online discussions associated with those. So you have the personalized help and support from this group of academics. Workshops are also taught by University of Leicester Business School academics, and both the residential and online versions have the workshop leaders who teach you and who help and support you throughout the workshops. In addition to that, from the very start on the program, you are assigned a personal tutor who would help you with your study skills, who will help you with the progression, and who will also be looking after your learning and professional development portfolio, providing feedback and help with that. We also have a very strong careers and professional development support. In fact, you have, in addition to your normal program of studies, you also have the career management and development program of events, which are conducted online through webinars, presentations from industry experts and consultants, and also executive coaching events where you would be provided with personalized coaching on a variety of relevant skills, from interviews to specific management skills. And of course, we have a fantastic library and a group of subject librarians from whom you can obtain further library support. And in addition to that, for those of you for whom English is not their native language, we have support from the English language teaching unit, who both provide general resources and support to help you improve your English language skills, but they also provide specific support for your individual assignments and assessments. Now, you need to plan your time, and students usually ask, okay, so how would my, typical work week look like, and how many hours of time I need to dedicate to my studies? Well, all in all, we say roughly in the vicinity of 12 to 14 hours. And your typical week would include either an online lecture that would be released to you in recording, which is 2 hours long, and which you can which you can watch at your leisure, pause, rewind, rewatch, and so on and so forth. Or you can have an online seminar, and these are, as I said, 1 hour long live seminars, and these are arranged so that they fit with where our students are and with their working schedules in their time zones. So we schedule these for either your weekends, and it could be, as I said, for the Middle East, it could be a Friday, or for when it's after hours, that is evening in your part of the world. So in a week, then you would have a lecture or a seminar. You would have discussion in the online discussion board related to either this week's lecture or this week's seminar. You would have this week's online self-guided lesson that you can do either online, read through and look through, videos, podcasts, etc. in that online lesson. Or you can also download the text of this lesson for just offline reading. There would be sometimes, in addition to what's in the self-guided lesson, online readings, such as an article or a textbook chapter, and you would also need to do some activities, tests or exercises, just as a homework to help you develop the understanding of the material. And roughly one activity per week, or per fortnight, would need to go into your learning and professional development portfolio. Right. How will you be assessed? Another one of the questions that are on top of the list for many applicants. Well, each core module has a midterm written exam and then the final individual assignment. The option module is assessed again on two types of assessment, but they're both assignments, an individual assignment and a group project. And then you have your final piece of assessment, your crowning achievement, the MBA project. And as I have already mentioned, this could be any business-related piece of work. It could be an in-company consultancy-style project or a piece of business research on a particular industry of interest to you, or an analysis of an entrepreneurial opportunity if you're thinking of starting your own entrepreneurial venture, or a traditional dissertation. And then your learning and professional development portfolio will be assessed, but will be assessed developmentally for evidence of your learning and of your engagement with the program. The entry requirements are fairly standard. We ask for an equivalent of the UK second-class degree and 3 years work experience, or if you have more management experience and recognized professional qualification, that also will be acceptable. And if your first degree was not completed in English, then you have to meet our English language requirements through any of these tests that are listed on the screen, or by taking the University of Leicester own English test. And importantly, I wanted to mention what your Leicester MBA course fees cover. They cover all your required study materials. They cover your attendance at residential workshop and Leicester masterclass, and they cover all your examinations. What's not covered is the accommodation at the workshop and the Leicester masterclass, and the travel to the exams, the workshops, and the masterclass. And the fees overall are currently very competitive, 13,600 British pounds, which you can pay in 6 installments. Or if you prefer to pay everything upfront, you can get a 5% discount on overall course fees. And the university, all of a sudden I'm guessing the questions. Right. Helen or Manu, instead of the slide, I'm now getting the questions. But I'm assuming we are quite finished with the main presentation, because I have announced the fees, and of course the application deadline, which is looming, and in 9 days' time, 31st of August. Okay, so yes, we can move to the questions now. And the questions from Nadine is that
yes. So Nadine,
whether you can
continue.
yes, whether we can expect to be the triple accredited in 2 years' time. Unfortunately, these things don't move so fast, and the process, as we've been told by ACWIS and AACSB, although we've started it already, it will take approximately 5 years to gain the full accreditation. So although we are members now, the program and the schools yet need to be accredited, and it is a very long, drawn process. So no, not in 2 years' time, but we're optimistic optimistic that it's going to be in 5 years' time. And of course, when we receive it, the glory of that, the triple accreditation, would accrue to those who have graduated when we were not yet triple accredited. So what we will gain in 5 years' time will benefit you even if you start now and graduate in 2.5 years.
Okay, so we have a question from Till regarding examinations. And the question is, how do midterm examinations work, or in general, how do the examinations work?
Okay, exams at the moment, although we're planning in some foreseeable future to move to online computer-assisted examinations, examinations so far are all written in person, so you have to go to your nearest examination center, and there are plenty to choose from. So we guarantee that students do not travel more than, I think it's between 2 and 3 hours to the nearest examination center. And of course, there's one in Dubai, and so you sit it in the approved examination center. The exams are 3 hours in duration, and it's unfortunately you still have to write it with a pen on paper.
Okay, and Mahmoud's question is an academic one. He wants to do the general MBA program. And his question is, do we have to take Module 4, or do we just leave Module 4 out of the whole program?
Mm-hmm. Good question. No, you have to take a 4th module regardless. Yes, and if you haven't chosen a particular functional specialization, you can just take either the one on marketing or the one on finance or the one on HRM. So it will still give you general MBA. If you don't want your specialism on your transcript, is fine, but you need to take an option.
Okay, and Brian's question is about credits. He's completed an MBA or part of an MBA at another institution. And Brian, unfortunately, the University of Leicester does not accept credits from any other institution. Okay.
That's correct. That's correct, Helen.
And CC, he wants to know more about the nature of the assessments.
Okay, so examinations, as I said, written exam with questions. We're primarily using what we call scene examinations. For example, you would be provided 9 questions beforehand, I don't know, a couple of weeks in advance, so you'll know what to prepare. And at the actual exam, you will be given 3 out of this 9 to complete. So that's roughly the format. The individual assignments, they are anywhere in the region between 3,000-4,000 words, and so are group assignments, and you will be given a particular management-related topic to explore with plentiful guidance, of course, and with all the support from module leaders to do that. In terms of your final assessment, yes, what I call your crowning glory and achievement is the MBA project. You will, and that's something that I forgot to list in the list of the personal help and support that you will have. You will have a dedicated MBA project supervisor, so you will be doing your project under supervision. And the MBA project is target word count, if you're interested in those details, is 15,000 words. And as I explained already, it could be either investigation of entrepreneurial opportunity or traditional dissertation or in company consultancy-like project.
And the next question is by Johnny regarding the masterclass. Can you explain a little bit about the masterclass? What is covered? How long does it take?
Okay, so what we call Leicester Masterclass on what used to be a summer school, but since it has been moved to early autumn, we've decided to rebrand it. So it's a 6 days event, full schedule, morning through evening, sometimes, with gala dinners and similar exciting events late into the night. And it has a formal program with days dedicated to specific topics, and these topics are project management, entrepreneurship, leadership, risk management, and managing in the digital world. And around this, you'll have different workshops with presentations and activities and case studies and business simulations. And as I said, there's also the program of social events, and that includes guest speakers, that includes various, quiz nights, film nights, dance nights, gala dinner, and social networking opportunities with our alumni and with the current students.
Excellent. And following on Johnny's question, I see there was a question by Michael regarding the masterclass. If they do not attend a masterclass, is it recorded? And can the students that do not go to that sort of get an idea of what was covered at the masterclass?
It's difficult at the moment because, when you have the activities-based events like workshops, recording is not particularly useful. The guest speakers and, guest lectures, we try to record and make available, but activities that require more student involvement, and we try to make considerable, major portion of the Leicester Masterclass based on the activities with student engagement and involvement. These are really not replicable. We try to provide information and ideas and some recordings, but certainly we do not record all of the masterclass.
Okay. And just to clarify on the examination centres, I see there's quite a few questions regarding that. There are what we call approved centres within every country or region in the world. So when it comes to the time to write your examinations, the university will get in contact with you and advise you as to where your closest approved centre is. And you normally find that they are in the Emirates, specifically if you're coming from the UAE or from any other country within the Middle East, you will definitely be able to have a center within your own area. So do not worry about that. A lot of the times the examinations are written at your closest British council. But as I said, the university does get in touch with you and advise you as to your closest center. Okay.
Yes, and it's actually a good thing that you can choose for each and every examination, because we have students who say travel and move from wherever they're permanently stationed to a different country for a particular period of time, and they would prefer to take the exam elsewhere. So, you can choose before every exam where to take it.
Correct. Mahmoud just wanted a little bit more clarification on CMI. Are there any other conditions required in order to acquire the CMI accreditation after finishing the MBA program?
No, because CMI just comes and inspects, the assessment that our students have done through a sample and then approves it. So no, we do all. Well, I wouldn't say we do all the work, but accreditation means that we ensure that the content that we teach and the assessment that we make you do is compliant with their requirements. And so no other effort on your part is required apart from doing what you would normally anyway do as part of your MBA program.
Good. And Till, I'll answer your question. Your application deadline is on the 31st of August. Okay, so it's really looming, as Dr. Olga has said. So if you have not submitted your documents, please do so as soon as possible. And the program does commence on the 1st of October. Okay, and will the degree state online distance learning? This is a very, very, very popular.
Yes. No one would ever know unless you tell them. Yes, unless you want to tell them. Yes, no. MBA program is MBA program, MBA degree is MBA degree. Once it's accredited, and particularly once it's AMBA accredited, it doesn't mean which through what mode of delivery you have acquired it.
Okay, and a very popular question is, can this MBA be completed in less than 30 months?
Right. Well, unfortunately not. We squished it as much as possible. Yes. Remember that actually normal campus-based full-time MBA in the United States is full 2 years. Yes, where you go there every day. So we're just doing it or asking to do it in 2.5 years. So no, we can't squish it any further because otherwise it will have to be full-time campus-based.
Yeah. And just following on that, I can see there's 1 or 2 questions that are very similar with regards to taking 2 modules simultaneously. Do you advise that for this particular?
No. We have, and that's why we have changed the program slightly. We now do not allow you to take more than 1 because we've planned for each module to be your full-time occupation during those 6 months that module runs. Yeah, so rather than having you pursue 2 different modules, yes, at the same time, if you so wish, and look at 2 different subjects, we now do it not in parallel, but sequentially. So hence, no, just 1 module at a time, but it's planned so that you can complete in 30 months and that it places reasonable requirements on your study time. And I've seen the study time question flushed again, and we do say to allocate between 12 and 14 hours to your studies every week, and that's pretty intense. And I know some students tell me that they can manage the workload a bit quicker than that, but it all, of course, depends. It depends on your time management skills, on your reading and writing skills. But 12 to 14 hours is what we say.
Yeah, good. And how are assessments actually graded? What is the criteria for that?
Okay, well, in terms of, well, we have very clear marking criteria, and that relates to, whether you demonstrate the knowledge of the subject, whether you demonstrate the analytical skills, how good you are at communicating your ideas, and so forth. And so we have the normal grading scale, which is from 0 to 100%, yes, and then we have the alphabetical, yes, mark brackets, and so anything over 70% is A, which is the top mark, yes. In the 60s, it's a B, and in the 50s, it's a C. 50% is a cutoff point for a pass mark. Anything below 50% is a fail. You are allowed to retake the failed assessment. Yes, to forestall another question, we do not charge for retaking an exam.
Okay, and what happens if a student cannot attend the residential workshops or the masterclass?
Right. As I said, you have an option. Yes, you do have to attend one residential workshop. And then you have the choice of either attending 2 more residential workshops in person or attending one Leicester class. So, all in total, you either have to dedicate 3 weekends of your life throughout throughout the 30 months, yes, and take 3 residential workshops, or you have to do 1 residential workshop and a week of the Leicester Masterclass.
Right, and Ms. Shari, is there a final graduation ceremony?
Yes, there is, and it's fantastic, and it makes us all cry and laugh. And but I know for some students, the concern is not, when is that fantastic event, but rather, do I have to come? No, we can post you your diploma. Yes, well, MBA award certificate. So you don't have to come, but I can assure you that you will not regret if you'll come to collect it in person, because, as I say, it's probably, it would rank somewhere in those top 5 ceremonies in your life, along with, marriage and the birth of your child.
Okay, and Mahmoud has got a very interesting question, is how does he apply for the Leicester English test, or what we call the LET? So I don't know, Dr. Olga, would you like to answer that? Or I can give you a basic.
Yes, you can go.
Okay, all right, Mahmoud.
My forte.
Basically, that's actually to do with administration, which is where we get involved. The very first thing you need to do is ensure that you have submitted your application. The application then gets sent through to the admissions department at the university, and they will assess the application, obviously making sure that your academics is from an approved institution, and that you do have the required managerial working experience. If you do have that, and the only thing that is outstanding is your English, a proof of English, which is the LET, the university will send you a link to purchase the LET, and you have a limited time period to do that particular test. The actual test itself takes approximately 90 minutes or so, and it is a purely online test, so it does give you the time to focus on your test, and let me tell you, it's a really easy test. A lot of our students have successfully passed this test, so we do really encourage you to do it, as opposed to other more formal English tests that are out there. So do take that test, but we need to have your application first. If you have already submitted, that's great. If you haven't, you still have until the 31st of August, and let us get you through that test. Okay.
Thank you, Helen.
All right. Are there any other questions at this stage? I can't see any more questions, Dr. Olga. I think we may have actually completed all of them or answered all these questions at this time.
We've been very efficient, that's what.
Okay. All right, so I think that is it for this evening. And again, thank you ever so much for joining us this evening. It was wonderful having you all here, and wonderful questions. And again, thank you so much, Dr. Olga, for your time and your patience and your wonderful presentation. It was great seeing you again. Hope to all have you joining our program, and we'll probably see you then at our very first workshop if you are successful. Okay.
Thank you very much, Helen. Thank you very much, all the attendees. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the program, indeed. Thanks.
Right.
And it's goodbye from me.
Good evening, everyone.